New information about the ongoing extensive search in the Genesee River for Zajay St. Pierre. It's been 5 days since the 5-year-old tragically fell over the railing at the Andrew Street Bridge. We'll hear from the family in just a moment, but first, RPD shared video and some more details about the challenges and coordinated effort involved. As an example, they say scuba and drone teams began working at 3 this morning as RG&E lowered the water level. This allowed RPD to send in divers to inspect the area between Andrew Street Bridge and High Falls. At one point, they say High Falls was essentially at a standstill.
It takes a long time to do that. You know, a lot of the water coming into the Rochester area comes from the Mount Morris Dam. So in order to get the reduction that we need here to do certain searches or make it safer for us, it takes 24 hours to affect the area. You know, and if we coordinate properly, 24 hours is great to give us a window of an hour or 2 or maybe 3 to do the searches that we need to do.
And he says many of the crew members have young children of their own, and they are especially driven in this case to bringing closure to little Zajay's family. Officials say they'll be lowering the water level again tomorrow morning to help as they resume another day of searching. Meantime, Ryan Hermanit spoke with some of Zajay's family members and teachers who share more about the little boy with a big smile. Ryan joins us now to continue our coverage. Ryan.
Teresa, earlier tonight I heard from Zajay's family who gathered at the Andrew Street Bridge downtown. The relatives who spoke say at this point they're hoping to receive closure.
He's just a happy child.
5-year-old Zajay St. Pierre touched the hearts of all the people he met. A caring and compassionate soul who at such a young age had big aspirations for his life. His Aunt Sonia says he's one of a kind.
My nephew was a very strong guy, little strong kid. Very smart, very intelligent, loving, fun little boy. We miss him and love him.
Zajay's great aunt Stephanie recalled how she reacted when she heard what had happened, and she says she could have never imagined something like this happening to their family.
Well, I was just with him on Saturday, and then I got the news on Sunday that he fell over the river, and I was devastated. I haven't slept probably an hour each day. I'm just up, crying, and it's just sad.
The grieving extends beyond Zajay's family to friends, first responders, and many other folks in the community who knew him. A former teacher of his at Sunshine Village Daycare says he always came to class with a smile, eager to give a hug to anyone who needed one. As the search in the river continues, those who are closest to Zajay are focusing on remembering his kind spirit and ambition.
The thoughts on our mind right now is that at this point we give it to God. God is in control. He has the final say. And we just want closure, and we want comfort, and we want him to come home. And we love him.
During tonight's gathering on the Andrew Street Bridge, Zajay's family were asking those passing by to sign a petition. They're urging city leaders to consider the installation of taller railings along the bridge, while also suggesting they dedicate the bridge to Zajay in his memory. Friends and family are planning to come together once again for a balloon release tomorrow, which will also take place at that bridge on Andrew Street. For now, though, reporting in studio, Ryan Hermanit, News 8.
The annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb and Family Walk at Innovative Field took place and is hosted by the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. Firefighters, first responders, local businesses, and community groups from across Monroe County all gathering to remember the 343 firefighters killed on 9/11, along with others who later died from related illnesses. Each participant climbs the equivalent of 110 stories, the height of the World Trade Center, while carrying the badge of a fallen hero. Organizers say the event ensures their sacrifice is never forgotten, while also supporting families of the fallen.
We're raising funds for the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation and the FDNY counseling. The money goes to the FDNY and also local and national line of duty desks. But even more important is the education that we're giving to the public. If you look around, a lot of people that are going to be doing the climb today are younger and may not necessarily have been alive back in 2001. So we feel that we give an education, not just a way to raise funds, but to teach people what happened that day.
And we will continue our 9/11 coverage all throughout this upcoming week. For a list of local events, be sure to regularly check our website, rochesterfirst.com. And if you know of any events happening in our area, please send them our way.
Final bows are taken for this year's Rochester Fringe Festival. Folks in the community are getting in their final cheers and laughs while already looking ahead to next year. Ryan Hermanette stopped by the festival today and shares some highlights from the past week.
The final days of Fringe are upon us, and from what organizers shared with me, it has been a blast. But the fun's not over yet.
The folks at Fringe have done it again, uniting Rochester with performers from across the world to celebrate the performing arts. And the turnout this year was remarkable.
You know, as compared with other years, you know, this has been really a banner year for us. We've had some really incredible acts from all over the world, but also from all over the community. And that's what's been really wonderful about it, is that you're seeing community connections.
And with a few more shows left to go, audience members are eager to see what's in store for them.
I am just excited to see the show.
I seen some food trucks. I seen some falafel over there. I might get into that.
Like, I think it is an amazing thing to do every year. Because, you know, you never know, like, it's a good thing for families that really ain't got the funds. They can come see a free global show. I think it's a blessing.
Not only has Fringe Fest been good for those who live here, but it's proven to help nearby businesses. At the Inn on Broadway, Assistant General Manager Hector Ayala says they've drawn in a new crowd of guests over the past week who are experiencing Rochester for the very first time.
So we are a partner hotel with the Fringe Fest, so a lot of the performers that are here in Rochester are actually staying in the hotel with us. So it's definitely been a great experience and a great way to showcase a little bit of the history that Rochester has.
And organizers are already thinking ahead for what shows will be taken from script to stage next year.
It's just a really wonderful experience, for me at least, when I see the looks on people's faces and the reactions that the audiences are giving. That, for me, is kind of my fuel to do this all year.
The fun at Fringe wraps up tomorrow, and it's Kids Day. So they're going to have pumpkin painting, chalk art, and even a disco for the little ones. That all kicks off at noon right here in downtown Rochester. At Parcel 5, Ryan Hermanette, News 8.